Yo, what is good, everyone? This is Chris from Ghosthack, and today we are excited to show you our new huge collection called Origin. And when I say huge, I mean huge. 4 separate chapters, and we're going to take a brief look at each one of the chapters that's included, so you can kind of get a sense of exactly what to expect when you open this thing up. All right, so Chapter 1 is Arctic. It's an entire world of sound, and it's broken up into these 4 different experiences, if you will. So the Arctic is going to be this kind of barren, icy, isolated, cold type of aesthetic. The Arabian Desert is going to be arid, dry, sandy, gritty textures. Archives is going to be a bit more cyberpunk in nature, where Paradox, which is Chapter 4, is going to be a bit more sci-fi, deep space, alien kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. In each one of these chapters, you're going to find a total of 10 full mix construction kits, which includes rhythmics, vocals, special effects, that type of stuff. And then there's also 5 additional what's called dramatic kits, and these are ambient kits, so no rhythmic elements in there. You're also going to have a bunch of different sound effects and percussion stems that are going to go with each one of these chapters. And there's also going to be a separate folder of just impacts. Let's just go ahead and dive in. We're going to listen to just a brief sampling of a couple of these demos. We're probably only going to have about 5 minutes or so to spend on each of the chapters to keep the video kind of slim in size. This entire production was spearheaded by the acclaimed composer-producer Rick Zariis. This is the preview track for the first construction kit in the Arctic chapter. It's called Expedition. All 15 kits, as well as the effects, the percussion stems, the impacts, everything is produced in the same BPM and key, so you can mix and match freely. Discover incredible new ways to put this stuff together. Lots of immersive and inviting textures to draw people in. And a brilliant variety of hardware, synths, and effect processing units were used. It really gives it a solid foundation. I'm going to skip ahead in this one. Now, each kit is also going to have some supporting MIDI files, as well as the stems. Let's jump into those stems really quick. You're going to see each stems folder is going to be separated into both dry and wet versions of the same files. So, for instance, these footsteps. This wet version, if they're not in the right kind of space for your project, there's a dry version. Add whatever kind of reverb you like. So you're going to find all of the synths and bass lines, all that kind of stuff inside the stems folder for each one of these construction kits. And then the supporting MIDI is going to help you sequence things like the bass line and whatnot to your liking. If you want to kind of embellish or build upon the existing themes, or kind of take some of these sounds and go out on your own. This is Construction Kit 2 in Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is called Arctic. So again, just hearing these cold, chilly elements in here. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. This entire theme is set at 65 BPM, so the pace at which it all unfolds leaves so much space for building tension, anticipation, plenty of time for sounds to fully be disclosed. Like I said, we only have a few minutes to run through each one of these, but some kits do involve some intros, or some kits do include some vocals. And they are amazing. You'll find both male and female vocals scattered throughout the entire collection of Origin. Lots of deep and very rich composition. And as you can hear, the quality of every single recording is exactly what you would expect from Ghosthack. And like I mentioned, we do have these ambient kits as well. Going to click into another one. So of course there's a lot of different full mix music cues just to drop into your project as is, but you can easily go in and start grabbing stems, mixing and matching the way that you like, and composing entirely new reimaginings of these. So again, these 5 dramatic kits, these are ambient productions. The effects are going to vary from chapter to chapter, and they're really just going to reinforce the overarching aesthetic and mood of the theme. It's a very rich, full spectrum, full stereo sounds. Percussion stems for each of the themes. And as we move from chapter to chapter, you'll see how these things really vary. And then there's also a collection of impacts for each one of these chapters inside of the Origin collection as well. And these are actually made by yours truly. All right, so that is in a nutshell the chapter 1 called Arctic. We're going to move on now to chapter 2, which is called Arabian Desert. And here you're going to see a few more folders in the collection. First, you're going to have some impacts. Then you're going to have 10 construction kits. Those are full mix kits. The dramatic kits, again, this is an additional 5 construction kits, which are all ambient. You've got a collection of effects for the chapter. You've also got male vocals broken into several different categories like diaphonic chants, high throats, low chants, low throat shouts, and vocal ad-libs. You will also find female vocals scattered throughout the individual kits. There's some additional percussion stems. And there's also a whole bunch of absolutely beautiful flute recordings as well. They're just impeccable. And this entire chapter, all 15 construction kits and supporting files, are all tuned to the key of C minor and are running at a tempo of 60 BPM. Let's go ahead and dip into a couple of these construction kits and see what they sound like. This first construction kit is called Dunes. It's the first kit in the Arabian Desert chapter. Lovely how everything unfolds. Gonna needle drop a little further into the mix here. Very dynamic performances, very dramatic stuff. And again, the entire collection of the Arabian Desert kits, these are all at the same key and BPM. So you can start mixing and matching things across the different kits and start coming up with never before heard configurations. Man, the processing on everything is just so good. Let's click into another one. This one's called Sacred Temple. Such a comfortable pace for everything. And truly organic delivery on everything in the pack. This is absolutely one of those collections that can allow you to create an entire soundtrack in very little time, and at a production quality that is going to be, at that award-winning kind of caliber. This is just an individual stem from within this kit. This is kit number 9. in the construction kits for Arabian Desert. That stem was called Desert Strings. Just kind of give you an example of a few of these sounds as they stand on their own. This is the orchestral drums stem. Tambourine hit. A little waterphone action. Lots of really great cinematic textures throughout this entire kit. Really, really, really good stuff. And again, you've got an entire collection of impacts. And everything in the pack is entirely bespoke. All of these impacts, everything else that you're hearing was created from scratch. And of course, everything is entirely 100% royalty free. So you're free and clear to use these things in your own projects. Let's go ahead and check out Chapter 3. So Chapter 3 is called Archives, and this is going to be a bit more on the cyberpunk dystopian future kind of side of things. And again, you've got your collection of impacts over here. There's 20 in each kit. There's another 10 full mix construction kits, another 5 ambient kits over here. There's a collection of effects totaling 30 in each one of these chapters, including this one. And there's also an additional 10 supporting percussion stems. Let's go ahead and dip into a couple of the preview tracks for the full mix construction kits here. This one is called Analyze. This one's all about futuristic crime drama, investigative forensics, computer, digital, riveting, gripping, dramatic stuff.
Analysis complete. Material unknown. Uploading data to cloud storage.
And as you can hear, there's a variety of different types of sound effects, sound design, instrumentation, vocalizations. This entire chapter is running at 70 BPM, and the key is D minor, so across all 15 construction kits, you can produce freely, not worrying about if things are going to clash. And the more you begin to kind of cross-pollinate and commingle sounds and stems from the different kits, right, you start to end up with this like entirely new feel. I'm going to dip into a couple of stems here. This is, I'm just jumping into one kind of randomly. This is kit number 5. It's called Scanner. Let's just listen to a couple of things, and then we'll listen to the mix. Nice big choir, male and female. Some radio chatter. Some staccato strings. 303 bass line here. All right, let's see how all of those things come together in the preview track. Again, this one is called Scanner. It is part of Chapter 3, which is called Archives, and this is the Ghosthack Origin collection. let's jump ahead to see what the full mix is sounding like. All right, let's check out another one from this series. This is called Lost Machines. This is kit number 9. There are so many good sound effects in all of this. It's hard to even start to keep track of them all when you're first going through all of this. Absolutely a collection that you'll be reaching for again for years and years to come. Yeah, just very good stuff. I'm going to jump ahead in the timeline here, hear the full mix. Obviously, broadcast quality already. All you really need to do is start putting the stems together, and things really start to come to life. All right, let's listen to a couple of the impacts. Again, this is the archives chapter. So really unique impacts here. Just lots of cinematic depth. Lots of really great effects in this one as well. There's one called Alien Transmission. This one's called Terabyte. One's called Dark Web. Love it. Dream State. And then to round out the collection, you've also got a bunch of percussion stems here. So again, just another really solid collection. That's Archives. The fourth and final chapter in the Ghosthack Origin collection is called Paradox. And this is the sci-fi, deep space, alien worlds kind of collection. And again, 10 construction kits, 10 full mix construction kits, 5 ambient kits, a collection of 30 effects. And we've also got 20 impacts and 10 percussion stems. Let's go ahead and jump into a couple of these kits and listen to the full mix on this first one. It's called To the Stars. The key of this chapter is E minor, and the BPM is 75. So every single file in this entire chapter is the same exact BPM and key. Makes it very easy to produce with. Really epic stuff. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead in the mix just a bit. Really nice blend of organic and synthetic elements running through this chapter. And these themes are not just memorable, they're like downright anthemic. You know, you can absolutely take one idea and start to spin out variations of that idea very easily so you can build continuity for, say, an ongoing television series or a full-length feature film where you want to kind of keep reprising the same types of themes, but you want them to be a little bit different in the different scenes. It's quite easy to build that kind of continuity with this pack. Let's listen to another one. This one's called Stranded. It's kit number 4 in the Paradox chapter. A lot of really good field recordings in this chapter as well. Gives the sense of an otherworldly environment or experience when you start to commingle the real world organic recordings with all of these left of center synthetic sounds. And Rick has done such an absolutely brilliant job pacing everything in such a way that as things are introduced, they're getting the most emotional impact, constantly pulling people more and more into the mix. Well-placed bits of Foley to bring a sense of reality to the whole thing. Let's go ahead and skip ahead a little bit in the mix. Just such great stuff. Let's go ahead and check out a couple of stems in this one. Again, this one is called Stranded. It's kit number 4 in the Paradox chapter. Let's see what this one is. A lo-fi Rhodes piano. This one's called Dark Strings. Very emotive stuff. And here's one called Broken System. degraded and harsh. Probably a state that a lot of things find themselves in. Deep space, left to be forgotten. Let's do one more. This one's called Dark of the Moon. Again, this entire chapter is E minor, 75 BPM, so mixing and matching stuff across these different kits is going to yield some pretty spectacular, unexpected results. This feels like a critical mission, doesn't it? I'm going to jump ahead in the arrangement here. I'd love to just let each of these tracks play out in their entirety with you. But we would be here probably for dozens of hours. But hey, at least we get the chance to kind of roll through some of this in advance and give you guys a little sneak peek of what can be expected. Flip through a couple of these effects. Again, this is the Paradox chapter. This effects is called Chaos Theory. Here's another one called Meltdown. This one's called Something Is Here. This one's called Lost World. Such deep soundscapes. So definitely be sure to really poke around and spend some time with the effects. Let's just click on a couple of these impacts. I had no idea what to name a lot of these impacts, so for all you Star Trek fans out there, you'll enjoy these little names in here. Tasty. Now that all happened so fast, but you guys have gotten to hear a little bit of what you can expect when you open up this kit. Again, this is called Origin. It is probably the biggest, most grandiose and far-reaching production that we've ever released, and it's available right now. You can go grab it. We hope that you enjoy what you've heard here, but we hope that you enjoy playing with the sounds even more. And feel free to hit us up on socials, through an email. Let us know how you're using these sounds, and share a link so we can actually check it out. All right, thanks again. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.